Welcome everyone to Merkaba Energy Healing. So today we are back with another pick a card reading, and we're asking Spirit about your evolution. How have you evolved, and what is next in your evolution? So we have the Star card from 3 different tarot decks. Pile 1 with message 1, we have the Star card from the Galactic Star Tarot deck. Pile 2 with message 2, we have the star from the Astro Matrix Tarot deck. And pile 3 with message 3, we have the star from, little cat hair there, the star card from the Good Fortune Tarot deck. So you can pause the video and tune in and see which image really draws you in the strongest about your evolution. And I will see you at your reading. Welcome, group number 1. Thank you so very much for being here. I'm really excited to do this reading today. Today we are asking Spirit about your evolution. And we're going to first ask, how have you evolved? And then what is next in your evolution? So I'm just going to take a deep breath here. I call on my highest and best spirit guides now, and only my highest and best, to deliver messages to the collective who chose the first star card. I'm willing to serve this collective only for the highest and best good, and I ask only for that which is kind, that which is clear and accurate with as much detail as possible, please. Allow me to connect in with this collective, tuning in for message number 1. Thank you. Okay, group number 1. You chose this beautiful star card from the Galactic Star Tarot deck. I'm hearing that you have evolved as healers. Some of you might be in the healing arts, and you're really mastering your capacity to heal. For those of you who are not healers or don't call yourself such, you still might actually be healing other people. And I'm also hearing that you are healing yourself. And you're stronger because of it. So whatever you have been through has helped you evolve as a human being, both in how you relate to others and how you relate to yourself. I'm hearing quiet power, so it's not in your face. There's a stillness that you've evolved into within, and now it's shining out of you. There's also a balance. You've evolved into more of a balanced place with her foot in the water and her foot on the earth. There is this balance between your relationship with your life, with the world, and with people as it regards your emotions. Let me just say that a little bit more clearly. Perhaps your connection with the outer world has felt charged at times, and that has pulled you inward a bit. But in that space of going inward, during that perhaps hermit phase, 4 of Swords phase, where you had to rest, move inward, get some reprieve, your emotional self started to recalibrate and started to harmonize. And this allowed you to reconnect with the world, or you are doing that currently. Since this is the significator card, it's past, present, future in parallel. It's all things. And your life is really beginning to bloom here, but it feels as if it's at the beginning stages. What I'm sensing is you're more willing to receive at this stage of your life. Maybe before you weren't as willing to be open, But because this is night and the bloom is just at her feet, it feels as if it's just the beginning. I'm also hearing that you've evolved in self-acceptance. You see yourself as more beautiful. Perhaps you didn't like yourself as much once upon a time, but you've evolved in such a way where you can look in the mirror and say, I really like myself. I do think I'm beautiful. I do think I have a lot to offer. With the star reflected in the water here, it does make me feel as if you actually see yourself more as the star that you are. I'm hearing that you see yourself as an evolved soul. So not just in this life, but on a very profound level. And this has helped you become far more grounded. They're showing me a door that's just cracked open, and it's making me feel as if you're just on the threshold of this, this connection with the world where you're peering out, you're looking out the crack of the door, and you're wondering, is it safe for me to go outside? So you start by going outside at night when the world is quiet, where you can connect with fireflies and stardust and with plants and with energy. But you are rising to the occasion of coming out in the light as you shed your own light. I keep hearing evolved as healers, so some of you indeed are healers and are definitely coming into your own in that regard. Let's look further into your evolution. We're going to take a peek into how you have evolved, and then shortly after, what is next in your evolution. For my pile number ones, how have they evolved, and what other ways have they evolved? Please show me clearly, Spirit. I heard also evolved financially. We'll see how that comes up. Interesting. I'm also hearing wishes coming true. So maybe there are things that you have wished on for a while are finally coming to light. How is my group number ones? Yeah. Evolved. So my guides have always told me that when I see a card in my mind, they will often show me that card with a different suit. So I said 4 of Swords before. Now there's the 4 of Cups. So that's always my sign that they are very close and that I'm being guided. So I just want to thank them. Let's get a couple more for how you have evolved. Ooh. Page of Wands. We get one more. How have they evolved? Yeah, I see. Strength. Lovely. Okay, wonderful. Now, 4 of Cups, Page of Wands, and the Strength card. Just use your own intuition. Try to tune into the cards yourself. You know yourself better than I do. 4 of Cups, you are no longer allowing something that is not worth your time into your life. You're like, you can give me a cup all you want, but if it is not filled with love, with balance, with affection, with care, with warmth, with your own sort of independent path, independent from mine, because I just saw a bit of enmeshment or codependency. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in accepting any cup that is anything but magic. And so you might have a cat or a pet or an animal friend that is your love right now. Funny, I was going to do a love reading next, and they told me, no, do this one first. This is going to set the stage for a love reading. And I feel as if you have evolved into trusting that what the cup that you desire is going to come in exactly the right time. Some of you, I'm hearing the word surrender, have surrendered to divine timing in the sense that you don't need to hope as much. So the hope that often comes with a star card, she's not down on her knees, right? She's not begging. I just heard that song, I'm begging. I'm begging, I'm begging you, put your loving arms around me, baby. I forgot not the author, the songwriter, but you are not begging for anything anymore. You are just chilling out, blowing bubbles. I love this card. How cute is that? And you're waiting for the right person or right situation or right experience to show up. With the Page of Wands here, you're definitely in a place of more interest in your life. I think they mentioned that at the beginning. With this lion, this adorable lion, and the wand facing forward. Oh, there's something else that they're showing me here. I didn't realize. But facing forward, you have your own staff. I just got a big yes on that. So it feels as if you're just so much more in your own power and depending more on yourself, especially with his red garb here. Definitely more rooted than you've been. And I think that's what they mentioned about the harmony at the beginning. I think you just feel a lot more grounded. You've evolved into a place where you understand you are ultimately all that you need, but you may desire more. Yes? So there's a difference between need and desire. Yes, we all desire companionship to some degree. It doesn't have to be love because we're social creatures. But need is a whole different animal. And you're just no longer in a state of need. You're in a state of desire, interest, wonder in your life. And it's a magical relationship. So I don't know if this camera could pick it up, but there's this energy exchange between this lion and the lion at the top of his scepter here. There's an energy exchange, same here with this little etheric cat mermaid, mermaid cat, holding up this etheric cup with all of this magic in it. You know, of course, this whole deck feels magical to me, otherworldly. But it feels as if you have evolved into a place where you are ready for an exact energetic exchange with your life, wherein that energy exchange is, how do you say, on level, one with the next. So you will, if you are embodying love, you will only allow somebody who embodies love into your life. If you are in a sense of abundance, you only allow energy of abundance into your life. If you embody kindness, etc., etc. Now, a big piece of the puzzle is the Strength card. Look at this. Just amazing card. Strength. So the main reason why you've been able to evolve to this degree is because you have faced your fears. You have faced that part of you that you denounced, that you put down, that you said, be quiet, I don't want to listen to you. So it can be fears, it can be insecurities, it could be aspects of yourself that you ignored or wanted to shut down because you just didn't like the way that it made you feel. But it seems as if some point in your journey, you realized that that part of you needed to be heard, needed to be held in order for it to integrate, to become one with you. And of course, there are aspects of those experiences that needed to be released. But this feels like integration to me, where there's a part of you that was afraid, and it's instead of telling it to shut up, you realize it was a child aspect of you that just needed to be held. See how gentle she's being with this dinosaur, this magical dinosaur. She sees that it is of love and just wants love, and it's not monstrous. And there's such a purity with her and her white robe here, the gentleness with which she is treating her own emotions, her own fears, her own doubts, her own sense of guilt, whatever was lying within you. You have made friends with it. You've allowed it to integrate. And that which didn't belong with you, you released. You let go of. Beautiful. Wonderful. What a lovely spread here. Now, what I want to get on this side is I want to get a few cards about what is next in your evolution. What is next in my pile number one's evolution? Show me clearly, please. What is next for them in their evolution? Show me clearly, please. What is next in their evolution, please? Show me clearly. Look at that. We have 6 of Wands. So some kind of victory is showing up here. Some kind of feeling like I made it. I've arrived. I just adjusted the camera a little bit there. Yeah, so the 6 of Wands, your victory is here. This is telling us all of this hard work is now paying off. That's what's next in your evolution. Some gift, some reward is coming in for you. Something tangible too. Something that you desire. Something that will excite you. Will alight your heart with joy and excitement. It also is telling me that when, with the 6 of Wands telling us that your hard work has paid off, whatever you've done is really showing itself as victorious. It's also this idea in your evolution that you know it. You know it to be true. You will get very clear. And so it seems like something is incoming that's going to say, this is what this was all for. This is what this was all for. Let's get some more information. How else is my group number ones evolving? What's next? What's next in their evolution? Can you show me very clearly what is next in their evolution? What is next in their evolution? Wow, and we have the moon. So we're seeing further balance with the black and white dog, so further integration of your light and your dark. What else, Spirit, do you want to tell us about the moon card? I'm hearing that you're going to continue to accept what you feel, what you sense is correct for you. Moon being a lot about your emotional self. So you're no longer going to question, is what I'm feeling right? I'm also hearing that you're no longer going to feel the need to prove yourself. Interesting. You're going to start coming into a much more balanced place in self-acceptance. They started with that, so that is expanding. So there's no absolute. So let's say you have evolved in a place of self-love. It doesn't mean that there isn't further self-love to evolve into. I'm also hearing that you're making peace with your secrets. You're making peace with the aspects of yourself that maybe people don't know about, or you've never shared with people, that maybe you have felt some guilt or shame about. You're evolving out of a place of feeling guilt or shame, and you're accepting more of those actions that you took, or things that you think, or just feelings that you have experienced, and you're judging them less. That's a very important lesson to evolve into, is to really understand that you are good through and through, and what you do here or there in your life that you are aware of, that you know wasn't in your best interest, wasn't in the best interest of your loved ones, etc. In that awareness, right, you have done the work to evolve. I don't know if I just made that very clear. In other words, we cannot define ourselves by any one action. And if you're spending too much time looking at one action that you feel is beneath you, allow the awareness to release the ties that bind you to any guilt. Okay? And what else? Let's get one more card from this deck about how my number ones are evolving still. What else do you want them to know? Interesting. We have Six of Swords. And that's what we were just saying. If there's any thoughts or beliefs, anything in the mind that you feel isn't serving you anymore, let it go. And there's just and maybe I should cover up this little blue man just in case YouTube doesn't like that. So Six of Wands is leaving behind beliefs or thoughts or ways of looking at things that aren't reflective of how you have evolved, right? So as we evolve, we have to let go of old beliefs, limiting beliefs, core beliefs that are negative, that basically we've viewed as holding us back in some way, where we learned in a time in childhood or a difficult time in our lives where they served a purpose but no longer do. And now we are willing to leave that behind. And they're showing me little threads as if this isn't big. The thought can be big or the belief could be big, but it's tying, it's holding on by a thread, I'm hearing. Interesting. Okay. Let's get one last card from the Astro deck, or a couple of more cards from the Astro deck. So I want to get some more energies about where your evolution is going to be focused. What areas for group number one? Can you show us clearly? What areas are they evolving in next? Show us clearly, please. Okay. Ooh, and we have fifth house, passion. So we do have, with the Page of Wands here and the Six of Wands, denoting passion. Fifth house is that you'll be evolving when you connect in with your creative spirit. And I'm hearing genuine, so your genuine creative spirit, your genuine passions and desires, not what other people expect from you, but what you know to be true in your own heart space. Fifth house is also the house of romance. And I think they touched on that at the beginning. So you might be evolving into a place where you're really allowing your beauty to show with these flowers. I'm feeling this demonstration of beauty to the world. Venusian energy a little bit here. How you're allowing yourself to, I'm hearing, show your colors, okay? To show all your beautiful colors, to show the world how beautiful you are. Yeah, they were talking about that at the beginning, where you're just stepping out, just beginning to step out in the world to be seen. So what's next in your evolution is where you really listen to your heart in all different ways, in your creative pursuits, in your desires and your passions, but you're also listening to your heart with regards to your worth, and you're showing up in the world. You're showing up in the world in a way that says, I'm allowing myself to receive love. I'm allowing myself to be seen in my beauty. And those who are willing, able, and ready to witness my beauty, please come into my life. Those things and experiences, that magic that is willing to see my beauty come into my life. So that is your reading group number one. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. Please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. It helps my channel grow, and I just appreciate it so very much. Thank you all so much for being here, and I send you all so much love and so many blessings in your personal evolution. Until the next reading, take very good care. Welcome, group number two. Today we are asking Spirit about your evolution. How have you evolved, and what is next in your evolution? So I'm just going to take a breath here. Calling in my wonderful highest and best spirit guides now. Please surround me. I am willing to serve for the greatest good of this collective, group number two. Please show me that which is kind, clear, accurate and with as much detail as possible only. Please help me connect in with the energy of group number 2 now. Okay, welcome group number 2. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm really excited to do this reading today. Getting to know yourselves and reflecting on your own evolution is just such an important, pivotal piece of our ascension process in all ways, being able to reflect on our own growth. So, you chose the star card from the Astro Matrix deck. I mean, this just reads fierce to me, powerful, male or female. Just an immense amount of strength. I'm also hearing dignity. Interesting. Dignified strength, I'm hearing. Beautiful. So there's this idea that you have cultivated this, I'm also hearing amassed, a tremendous amount of strength and power over your personal evolution. I'm hearing in spite of it all. So whatever you have been through, you have strengthened because of it. And I'm asking questions in my mind. So I just asked, in what ways? And they said, in all ways, mind, body, spirit, soul. So you might have been to therapy, I just heard. So you might have strengthened your mind and the way that you react to things. You might have strengthened your body by cleaning up your diet, going to the gym. You might have cleaned up your space and strengthened your feeling of safety, I'm hearing. I'm hearing that this group has started to realize that no one or no thing, no place, not a home, not a person, nothing can make you feel safe the way only you can. And I'm hearing that this has hardened you a bit, but it feels as if what you're evolving into is the rounding of your corners. So you might have hardened almost to a bit where you may not believe as much, where while the star card talks about hope, this woman is like, nah, I'll just do it on my own. I'll carry these jugs on my own, okay? I'll connect with spirit and with the earth, and I'll deal with all my emotions on my own. And so I'm already getting the sense that what you're evolving into next is allowing those corners to soften, allowing people back into your life, allowing love back into your life, allowing more of your emotional expression, where you're less afraid of what people will think or feel about what you have to say and how you live your life. This is how I'm hearing it. I just heard Aquarius, and I'm hearing progressive. So some of you might really think outside the box. You might have unusual, like an unusual turn of mind or a different way of thinking from your family. I just heard the term black sheep, even though I don't love that term. You might just be wholeheartedly different from your family. And I'm also hearing that some of you have had to release some family members and also friends in such a way that it feels like a really big clearing. Okay. And you're hardier in some ways, that even though there has been what seems like a physical loss of people, like a clearing in your life, you feel stronger in other ways because of it, because you're not battling needlessly anymore. You're not defending yourself unnecessarily. You embrace yourself, you love yourself, and you understand that your power takes you places. They just showed me that Dr. Seuss book, Oh, the Places You'll Go, for those of you who know that book. I don't know, that's a very interesting image that they just put in my mind. So I'm getting the sense that because of this strength that you have amassed and cultivated for yourself, and because of this clearing, you are going to go to amazing places. So they're showing me the Magician, and they're also showing me the King of Pentacles. So there is something about this, oh, well, that actually makes sense, right? Because The magician would be this bucket connected with the stars, with magic. And then while the King of Pentacles is not water, that she's pouring into the earth here. So it feels like this quintessential connection between heaven and earth for this group, where you might be a highly evolved soul and you're learning how to ground that in such a way that allows you to exist, allows you to be alive in your life, not where you're hiding anymore, not where you're needing to cloak your giftedness, I'm hearing. And I'm hearing, if I have to go it alone, I will. So I feel as if some of you might still be evolving and trusting that love is coming in from, if it's a divine union, that's one way, but love in all forms. Okay, just experiencing love. Some of you might not have experienced much love in this life. So we'll see what the second part of the reading shows in terms of what's next. But it feels as if this group is hardier than they've ever been, and they know it, and you know it. Okay. I'm also seeing with her blue hair, there is something about evolving physically. So they did mention, this is clearly a very strong woman or strong person. But in the end, it's a sense of strength in all ways. So there's also this sense of evolving in your style. So I wonder if some of you literally have changed your hair. I'm also hearing that someone recently got a tattoo. I'm also seeing a lion in my mind. And I'm also seeing a triangle. I don't know if anyone's got a triangle tattoo, something with a triangle I keep seeing. Or maybe that's a pyramid. No, it looks like a triangle to me. Okay. So, Spirit, we're going to ask a little bit more about how you've evolved, and then we're going to go into what's next. So, Spirit, show us very clearly, how has my pile number 2 evolved? What else do you want to say for my pile number 2s? How have they evolved? Knight of Cups. Interesting. So she's looking at him. So maybe you guys are opening to the idea of some love coming in. They literally just said that. The Knight of Cups is emotion, is love coming in all forms. Yeah, he's on a white horse, so it can definitely be a romantic love, but this is love in all forms. So maybe you guys do feel worthy and willing to allow love in if it comes. And she's not like running to him. She's doing her work. She's doing what she needs to do, but she's still looking his way. Okay, and let's get one more card. How else have they evolved? Okay, let's look at all of this. Ooh. Yowza. Okay. So this is literally the story they just told. So 10 of Wands, we have the heavy burden, the heavy load that you've been carrying. You know how they said before, oh, I'll carry this myself? That's exactly what the 10 of Wands is. You guys realize, okay, I'm not going to depend on this guy, girl, father, mother, sister, brother, friend. I'm going to carry it myself. But the key is that you're not waiting for somebody to let you in out of the cold. You're not waiting on somebody to take your burden. You're doing it yourself. This is sort of the most important message for this group. I'm getting a big yes on this. You're no longer waiting for any one thing to come in and fix your life. You've just done it for yourself. Yes. Ooh, getting a huge yes for you guys. Well done. This is very Aries energy to me. Very Aries. They mentioned Aquarius, I think, before too, but this feels also very Aries to me. Very independent, very what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of self-respect. Yeah, they're showing me a fist bump. Like you know how fierce you are, group number 2. And you know that you have left behind people, places, and things that aren't working for you. You're letting go of this heavy burden. And whatever you have had to carry in your life that has been difficult, you've carried it yourself. What's interesting with the Five of Pentacles, they're saying, I'm hearing, I'd rather be out in the cold than be in that warm place with you. You being whatever people that you have left behind, whatever people that have not lifted you up, whatever people have not supported you, whatever ways you've thought outside the box, whatever ways you have shown up in the world that has said, I am not going to conform, I'm not going to be like everyone else. You're basically continuing on. You're like, so it's a snowstorm, right? You're fierce. You'll put some boots on. You'll put a heavy jacket on. And you're going to take yours with it on the journey. So maybe some of you have had children, and this has been difficult because they haven't spoken to grandma in a long time, or their auntie, right? Because there's been some kind of falling out, perhaps. But you're going to protect your own. There's this very mother papa bear kind of mama papa bear energy that I'm getting from this group, where you're going to protect your own at all costs. And that includes the people in your life that you love, as well as your beliefs, your sense of who you are, and your personal sovereignty. So you've learned safety is not about a roof over your head. It's about a state of mind. And I say that with all due respect to anyone who's ever experienced homelessness. Of course, we all need a home. But I meant that metaphorically. Okay. Now, let's now see what is next in your evolution. What is next? I'm hearing that's coming in fast for this group. So you guys are moving fast. Yeah, they're showing me the Eight of Wands. Okay, show me please very clearly what is next in my group number 2's evolution. Oh, and we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, just before the Eight of Wands. So yeah, you're still in this energy, or you're moving towards more. Okay, let me retract that. There is this energy of still needing to defend your beliefs, needing to rise above the fray. So there might be a little bit more of this story to go, okay? Because the Seven of Wands really does speak of what we kind of just talked about. So there might be a little bit more of this. Okay. We've got Leo here. We've got fire energy here. But, this person is not exactly battered and bruised here. Okay, this is somebody who has the capacity to beat all of these people, essentially, because he's on higher ground. And I think you have evolved into understanding that not all battles should be battled. And this is what this card is telling me. In your next stage of your evolution, you're no longer going to battle at all battles that don't need to be battled. You might have done that skillfully before, and now you're like, well, I'm up here already. I'm not even going to defend myself anymore. Let's get a little bit more. Let's get the next 2 cards so we can see the story. How else is my group number 2 evolving still? How interesting is that? We have the Nine of Wands. So you just jumped from the Seven of Wands to the Nine of Wands, and they mentioned the Eight of Wands before. You're skipping a whole step, you guys. Very interesting. So your 10 of Wands is in your past energy, and the 7 and 9 is in your future. Victory. Okay? After a time of distress. So he's bruised and battered, funnily enough. So in your future, you may still have to, claim your land, claim your stake. I don't know how to say it. It feels as if you might be dealing with some difficult people. You might be dealing with some difficult situations that have not yet ended. Okay. But the way that you're continuing to evolve is seeing yourself as someone who can rise above anything. seeing your own power. This first card tells it all. I could handle anything. Let's get the final card from this deck. We're going to pull from the Astro deck as well. How else will they be evolving? What is next in their evolution? Show us the final message here. How else are they evolving? Wow. The Death card. Finally putting this nonsense to rest. So Spirit doesn't lie. There might be some more battling to figure out in your near future, but you're rising above the fray. You're allowing yourself to fight the good fight only when you need to and not fight it when you don't need to, and put to rest everything that basically doesn't serve you anymore. Interestingly, before they showed me the Magician card, and in an odd way, I think this is Kalima. Correct me if I'm wrong, but all of these arms and legs say that you have the capacity to handle so much more than what you think you can. That even if you're dealt a difficult hand, oh, you're going to evolve into such a place where you know that you can handle just about anything. Scorpio energy here. I don't know why that particular sign just stood out to me. Okay, let's get an energy from the Astro deck in terms of what's next in your evolution. What's next in my group number 2's evolution? What's next? What's the primary energy that you want to share with them? I think we're going to get 2, actually. I feel 2 cards want to come out. What's next in their evolution? Show me so clearly, my spirit guides. Yeah, they keep showing me Aries in the first house. So it does feel as if you're moving into such a massive state of independence. And then I think there's going to be a second card after that. So let's see. Show me clearly what is next in their evolution. Okay, that's way too many. So just the fact that a whole bunch of cards just fell out tells me that there is a lot more that is going to come to fruition with your own personal evolution and ascension process. What else? How else are they evolving? Please show me clearly. Okay. Wow, we have Ceres, Nurture, the 11 card. Okay, so there's definitely mastery. But it's interesting that we have the Nurture card here with the Knight of Cups right after the Significator card here. It does feel, again, like they mentioned in the channeling at the beginning, that some kind of softness is going to be coming in. Some kind, I'm hearing hearth, so making a home that is loving, that feels safe, that feels nurturing. Interesting. I think this is called the Scythe. I could be so wrong. This guy right here. It's in both. So there's death behind this bloom. Isn't that interesting? I never noticed that. Right? That's a scythe. I could be really wrong about that. Well, whatever that is, it's as if you want to put the weapons down, right? You don't want to fight anymore. And more of your heart is going to take center stage in the next stage of your evolution. But you still are going to hold tight to not your defensiveness, but you're going to know that if you need to battle, you'll be able to. In other words, you're not going to go weak. And I think that there's some kind of important lesson for this group about that strength doesn't mean showing your muscle all the time. So some of you might have experienced some kind of disempowerment in your life. And so you might have always felt like you needed that sword, you know, in your back pocket, so to speak, that you always needed to wield some kind of weapon. And it makes me feel that in the next stage of your evolution, you're going to still carry it because that's just what you've been programmed to do, not in a program manipulative way, but program in a way you've learned how to survive. Okay, I'm hearing that, yeah, this is a group of survivors, very clearly. but you're going to let more softness in, more nurturing to bloom in your life from your heart in and around you. Let's get one more card about what's next in my group number two's evolution. Show me, please, very clearly what is next for their evolution. Please show me my spirit guides. And we have, look at that, we have descendant invitation. Card number 37. Someone might be turning 37 this year. So there's this energy of inviting new energies into your life. I'm hearing a spark, a little something that's coming in saying, I'm new, I would like to come into your life. A little something. Now the descendant is right on, lands right between the 7th house and the 6th house. But it's really the 7th house as it moves up. And 7th house is all about commitment and partnership and marriage. So there might be a sense that you will want to invite in people that will not betray you, people that are in it to win it with you, that are going to be your ride or die. And that's that Scorpio energy I was tuning into. Because Scorpio is our ride or die, right? I mean, as an energy. I don't mean every Scorpio is. So there's this sense that you're going to go from the 6th house energy into the 7th, right? The 6th house is you're taking really good care of your body. It's that Virgo energy. It's that health, well-being, okay? And you're taking care of things on the day-to-day. And as you balance out that day-to-day, your health and your lifestyle, you might actually start allowing people in that are more balanced, more ready to commit in friendship, in love, and in all ways in between. But it's the last card that came out. It's the last card. So it says, so the reading is like you're coming into more of a state of nurturing your heart, your softness, as you maintain your strength and your capacity to battle when you need to and choose when you don't need to. And then you will come into a place of letting the right people in because you will be so balanced in, I'm hearing heart-mind coherence, okay? Where your heart is at and where your mind is at. So group number 2, that is your reading. A beautiful story of evolution for sure. So if you like this reading too, please do give it a thumbs up. It does help my channel grow and I do appreciate it so very much. And I send you so much love in your personal evolution and so many blessings. Until the next reading, take very, very good care. Welcome, group number 3. So today we are asking Spirit about your evolution. How have you evolved and what is next in your evolution? I love doing these readings. Group number 1 and 2 were totally different and fascinating. So I'm very interested to see what comes up for you guys. First of all, thank you so very much for being here. I really appreciate you sharing this space with me. So I'm going to call my guides in once more. I'm going to take a breath here. Please join me if you'd like. Inviting my highest and best spirit guides back in. I'm willing to serve this collective, group number 3, for their highest and best good only. I ask for messages that are kind, those that are clear and accurate with as much detail as possible. Only. Please help me connect in with the energy of group number 3 now. Thank you. So, you guys chose the star from the Good Fortune deck. So, how have you evolved? I'm hearing the word divinity over and over in my mind. I'm hearing that you haven't lost faith, you haven't lost hope. So this woman is down on the ground. So my feeling is that something took you down. Something brought you to your knees in this life. And yet you still kept the faith. I'm getting a big yes on this. It's actually making me emotional as I'm channeling. You still kept the faith. You still kept hope. You kept praying. You kept connecting in with spirit, with your guidance. I'm also hearing someone's mother. So someone's mother who's passed, you've been communicating with them. So even through grief, this group has kept hope alive. I just want to say, I have tremendous admiration for you. And you have kept this state of softness and purity all the while, which is very hard to do. Often when you've been through as much as it seems this group has been through, you get hard. I remember when I started, before I went to graduate school for psychology, I was working with patients in a hospital, and I was basically very green. And I remember my supervisor at the time said to me, "Oh, you're going to harden. You're going to lose that idealism." And here I am, 21 years later, and I still have that green energy, that awe in it with every patient I work with. Every story is like a new one. And this is the energy I'm getting from this group, but in a totally different way, of course. We're all unique. You just kept this spark about you of faith and of purity and of innocence and of idealism in spite of everything. I'm also hearing that some of you kind of have been hiding out for a while, have been cloaked, have been wearing, they're showing me, for any of you guys who have ever watched Friends, the show Friends, when Matt LeBlanc, what's his name, Joey and Chandler are having it out about something. I don't remember the details. And Joey puts on all of Chandler's clothes and he goes, "Can I be wearing any more of your clothes?" And so they gave me that image to denote how cloaked you've been and how many layers you have been cloaked in. And they're showing me a bunch of those layers, those metaphorical layers of clothing on the floor. And now you have maybe 3 or 4 layers, and that's it. So you've evolved in such a way where you've been peeling back the layers, allowing yourself to just gently reemerge. But we'll see what the rest of the story has to say, because right now it feels as if you might still be in that energy of emergence. Now, with this little tiny mouse, I don't know if he has a red belly, but it looks like his heart is showing. I wonder if some of you have evolved by way of your relationship with animals. That might not be, of course, for everyone, but it feels as if the evolution has been quite solitary for this group, where you've done, well, I was going to say done a lot of the work, but my guards are like, it's not about work, that you have sustained your beauty and your grace all the while. But maybe you lost a little bit of faith in humanity, I'm hearing along the way. Yes. Which feels very heartbreaking to me. And so you might have turned to source, you might have turned to those who have passed over, and you might have turned to some animal friends. Okay, let's get some more information. I do feel very emotional with this group. I'm hearing the word love and lost, the term love and lost, even though I don't like the word lost. when it comes to someone passing over. My guys have corrected me ad nauseum about that. But it feels like love and lost also in terms of love, in terms of people who are still living, but you have disconnected from past loving relationships that maybe turned out to not be so loving. Okay. So let's get some more information about how you have evolved, and then we'll get into what's next in your evolution. So my wonderful guides, please show me how else group number 3 has evolved. Some of you have evolved in your spiritual gifts, I'm hearing. So your intuition, your connection with source, not just your faith. So we have the Queen of Cups, the Five of Cups, and this one, the King of Wands. Wow, okay, beautiful. Okay, please, Spirit, walk me through these first 3 cards. How has my group number 3's evolved? Yeah, so the Queen of Cups tells me that you have continued to sustain your heart center. This is what you never actually lost. You have still felt very connected. These women even look related. This could be a mother-daughter. Oh, they did mention a connection with a mother. Doesn't it? Isn't that odd? They look very similar, these 2 women, like a mother-daughter, and both by the water here. So it feels as if you have evolved in your heart in some pronounced way, but a lot of it is sustained. You have been able to maintain some purity of heart, some connection with your emotions, even though life might have taken you down to your knees. And that's the Five of Cups here. Feeling as if you couldn't find love, you couldn't find joy, you couldn't find fulfillment. And it's a very interesting card indeed. So the 2 cups that this woman cannot see are the ones by the time. I just heard Big Ben, so maybe some of you are from London or traveling to London. I don't know, I just saw Big Ben in my mind. Okay. With the 2 cups here, there's this sense of time is not on my side, where I have put my faith and my hope into my cup being filled, but they keep falling over. People keep letting me down. But in this image, her window is open. So even though she's felt that time is against her, maybe some of you feel as if you're never going to find love. You're never going to find a good friend. Your family's never going to support you. You've somehow always kept that window open for some kind of magic to enter. They did just show me a bird come to this window. So there might be a totem that's going to be showing up or has been showing up for this group, saying to keep the hope alive. Now with the King of Wands, which is a very interesting card to show up in this thread here, what they're showing me about the King of Wands is that it almost looks like he's about to get up off this chair. And he's in the middle of a desert. So I'm interested to see what's next in your evolution, because what it feels in this story for you, it feels as if you've been deserted. You have not felt fulfilled. His wand is not sprouting anything. It's dry. And he looks like an older man, right? This is a king. You have mastered something within your own right, but it feels as if he just wants to get off of his chair and he wants to head into the next phase. So I'm getting the sense that the way that this group has already evolved is in keeping hope alive in spite of it all, staying centered in your heart, keeping faith alive, feeling connected divinely to spirit, But you have also evolved in the way that you might now be ready to take that next step into your future. So this might also be, well, they're saying maybe for one of two of you, this might be a project or something that you're evolving into with your creative pursuits. But this feels, I don't know, this reading feels more like trusting that there's more out there for you. Excuse me, I just needed a sip of water there. So let's see what is next in your evolution. What's next for my lovely pile number 3s? I am feeling like this is long awaited for you, for this group. I feel with, I don't know, with his sort of salt and pepper hair here, that's a mouthful. I feel like you've lived many lifetimes in this lifetime. But I don't know, I feel like you're kind of getting ready to get into a place of re-engagement with your life. So let's see, what's next in my pile number 3's evolution? What's next in my pile number 3's evolution? I see. So we'll take this one. Beautiful. Page of Pentacles. Interesting with the rabbit there. 2 of Wands. Lovely. Interesting. And wow, 10 of Pentacles. Yes. Yes, with an A. Yes. Okay. Oh my God, I love this. So he's getting up. He wants to get up. He wants something. Page of Pentacles, right? Pages are young energy, awe, interest, wonder. Pentacles, though, grounded. So you're evolving in this way of being a little bit more in a state of awe. Look at how this little boy or this page is looking at this bunny. You're wondering how things are going to multiply in your life, right? With the bunny being an image of an image of multiplication. You're looking at it like, are things going to multiply? I don't know. But you're evolving into a place of interest and wonder in how your life is going to multiply, meaning your mind is expanding. Even though I know it's a pentacle, this is how I'm intuitively reading this. There is something with the King of Wands here, there's something in your mind's eye, a little twinkle that's saying, could something multiply? Could something evolve? Same kind of question with the 2 of Wands here. So you're holding on to the world here. That's that sense before where you've stayed grounded and believing in spite of it all. But what's different in what's next in your evolution is how you see this wand is now sprouting. You're starting, and she's looking at this wand. She's not looking at this wand. She's looking at this one that is sprouted. And he's looking at this bunny that is multiplying. There's something next for you guys where you're actually going to start to see your seeds bearing fruit. And you're almost not going to believe it. Are you really going to multiply, little bunny? Is this staff actually bearing fruit, growing leaves? I mean, you're looking right at it and you almost can't believe it. I'm actually getting a strong yes on that. I'm sorry, you guys, my camera went out. First my mic went out and then my camera went out. So I'm going to try to pick up where I left off. So I was saying about these 2 cards that you seem to be evolving into a place of greater trust in what the universe is going to offer you. Because you're leaving behind some kind of belief of lack, emotional lack, and I think also physical lack as I'm seeing it now. So it feels as if you're just beginning to step forward into more trust that things are going to evolve and multiply for you. You're just beginning this. It feels, because these are pentacles, it does feel as if you might have also had some kind of belief of lack, maybe even bordering on poverty consciousness. This idea that you're always going to be in some kind of state of lack, whether it be emotionally or physically. Needless to say, you've certainly evolved in many of the beliefs around lack with regards to emotion. And now you are evolving into a place of trusting that your abundance is coming to you, that you're releasing beliefs or ideas around lack in the material world. But it's just starting. This is just coming in. We have the page here. And this idea that with the Two of Wands, where you're just starting to develop this notion that what you're creating is going to come to fruition. And we have this beautiful 10 of Pentacles here, which is happy home, happy life. This Cancer energy, this feeling of, I know it's a pentacle, but that's intuitively how I'm reading it, where you actually can get both emotional fulfillment, that's what this side was talking about, and physical fulfillment, that's what this side is talking about. And we've got a lot of people in this card, and I'm hearing that there's also ancestral clearing. So part of your evolution is about clearing some kind of belief ancestrally, some kind of lack, a sense that you were taught that you'll always have less than in some way. I'm also hearing some kind of abusive tendencies in the ancestry that's also clearing. That's also where you're evolving past the idea of these kinds of cycles repeating themselves. And I can't help but notice that there are many animals here with the two dogs, the bunny, the mouse. We also have a bee here, as well as these look like salamanders, I believe. Okay, so there is some kind of notion that pets, animals, they did mention the bird in the window here, and also insects could be harbingers of good things to come. So I would watch out for those totems, or maybe just perhaps the animals that live in and around your home have really helped you in your own evolutionary process. Please let me know down below if you have any special relationships with animals. Many of you know I'm a big animal lover, and also insects though. Now I want to pull a couple of energies from the Astro deck. Please, my loving guides, please show me what is next for my group number 3s in their evolution. What is next in their evolution, please? Show me clearly. Ooh, and we have Mercury messages. So Mercury rules the 3rd house of communication. And so I do feel, again, communicating, not necessarily verbally, but having this connection with your material world, with your physical world, where you might have been in kind of a hermit phase for a while, working through some anguish in your heart. It does feel as if you're going to be connecting with more people. You might also be moving into a place of passing on wisdom. So you have learned from tremendous grief in some way, and you're not just evolving as a person in your own right, in your own path, but you might also start teaching or passing those messages on to other people. So you're going to feel more empowered in lieu of what you've been through. And also with the 2 here, there might be some kind of partnership. That's also the 10 of Pentacles here, and also with the 2 of Wands. So we've got 2 2s here. Yeah. So it does feel as if you're going to be connecting with more people in this next stage of your evolution for sure. What else is next for my pile number 3s in terms of their evolution? We have 2 here, so we'll take them. So here we have trine or sextile symbiosis. Interesting. So first of all, we have birds here. They mentioned birds before. I just need a sip of water. So a trine, I mean, the trine is what's standing out actually, but okay. Trines are your gifts that you came into this life with. And it feels like you're evolving into this advancement, this advanced stage of your gifts, where they're not just being evolved within your psyche or within your heart, but now you're disseminating them. But the word symbiosis or a symbiotic relationship, again, it does feel like you might be coming in with certain people that are going to help you evolve or going to help you disseminate your gifts. So you could teach with somebody, or you could work with a guide or a mentor, or I don't know. There are some tarot readers that collaborate with other readers. It's like that by way of collaborating with somebody, you evolve as a person as well. Perhaps I'll do that one day. We'll see. There are a couple of tarot readers I hold in high regard, so maybe that would be interesting. And then beautiful, we have Libra, balance here. So it's interesting because we do have the cups mostly here, and we've got the pentacles mostly here. And so I do feel that there is this notion of coming into balance with that state of being with you in the higher realms and you in the lower realms. And I don't mean lower like third and second and first dimension. I'm talking about Earth. So it does feel as though you're coming more into balance with your connection with the upper and the upper realms and your lower chakras, your rooted self, your connection with the earth. But I also feel like you're coming into balance with your emotions, and you're evolving into a state of a balance between being on your own and then connected with people. Knowing when to hermit out, knowing when to go into a state of and just, that Four of Swords keeps showing up, of that state of rest, reprieve from the world, and then reconnection. Anything else for my group number 3s? I am hearing that slow and steady wins the race. So I don't feel like I need to tell that to you, because I do feel as if you are going kind of slow and steady. But what is being prized in this group in your evolution is how you haven't given up, how you always kept the faith. And also this gift in this reading is that what you're going to be prized with is going to show up now materially. That's what they want to say, that all the faith was not for nothing. Okay, my dear ones, that is your reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I really loved reading for you. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel grow. And if nothing else, I send you so much love and so many blessings in your personal evolution and beyond. And until the next reading, I wish you good care. Take good care. Bye-bye.